Okay, what do we have in store for week 43, October 22nd to the 28th? Scorpio is active in this week's report, so let's review a few things that Scorpio is associated with. Fixed water, it's the yang of Mars. I read traditional rulerships. It's associated with the lobster, the crawfish, the scorpion, and some say the eagle and the phoenix. I've heard it described as the well of fucks. Excuse my language. Fixing the ability to commit the energy to care. I like that one. Water, going through a difficult phase. Hydraulic pressure, getting inside things. Feeling them from the inside to the core of the matter. Destroy prey from within. It's very other-oriented. It's armored. Possession at an emotional level. Stubborn. Establishing the emotional category and then holding on to that. Intensity yet vulnerable. The placement of Mercury in Scorpio signifies deep intellect and communication. And it's in its superior conjunction right now. However, which means it's on the other side of the sun. However, it just left Cazimi. So it went into the renewal side of combustion, which it will emerge from in November, in the early part of November. Meanwhile, it's flung just ahead of the sun, hitting the aspects first, as if the sun is using Mercury to test how to communicate its identity. And let's not forget that Mars is conjunct too. It's just a longer, more gradual conjunction. Activated, heated, potentially confrontational energy is also out in front of that. Monday, the planet Venus reaches its greatest eastern elongation from the sun. This is a great time to view Venus since it will be at its highest point above the horizon in the morning sky. The sun ingresses into Scorpio Monday, frequently referred to as emotional need for identity, security, and its associated power. Mercury trines Saturn Sunday, with the conjunction of the sun soon to follow. Saturn thickens the fixed scorpionic water and hardens it even more. This isn't a freeze with the sun, because Saturn is big and cold, but not bigger and colder than the sun is big and hot. It's like the warmth generated by hardening of epoxy after you add a fixer to it. The sun has a definite procedure to conduct performing the lunar eclipse on Taurus on Sunday, so that makes sense. So the lunar eclipse. It will not be visible to most of the U.S. It starts on October 28th at 11:01 a.m. It ends at 3:26 p.m. Pacific. There's a cool site that shows facts and diagrams about it called timeanddate.com. I'll put that in the notes. The exalted moon in Taurus is opposite the sun in Scorpio. This is an earth-to-water interaction, whereas the recent solar eclipse we just witnessed was Librian air, sun, and moon conjunct. The moon is partially eclipsed by the Earth's shadow, 5 degrees Taurus, when exact for this event. It'll be visible in the UK, continental Europe, in the Middle East, and most of Africa and Asia. The combination of the moon conjunct with Jupiter is generally considered positive. 6 degrees is not a tight orb, but it's enough to have an effect. Jupiter's been bright lately. This has a day and night relationship thing going on for me. Those of us under the sun at the time will receive the light shadowed from reaching the moon, presenting the North Node as a place to have compassion with, that connection, and sending prayers for people separated from friends, family, and home at this difficult time. It also evokes the South Node consideration of what gets left behind to do so. As always, you can check your natal chart to see what houses are involved and what area of your life is highlighted with this activity. And I'll just add that Mars and Mercury oppose Jupiter on Saturday. Conflicted thoughts about desire for growth. Often one can be of two minds about expansion. If something brings more money, for example, it will usually require more responsibility. And somehow it feels like the eclipse brings all of that together.